Back to follow-up segment tonight. 41-year-old Christine O'Donnell still the talk of the town in Washington after winning the Republican senatorial nomination in Delaware. Predictably, the left is trying to hurt her by dredging up dopey things she has said in the past.
I dabbled into witchcraft. I never joined a coven.
Wait a minute, you were a witch?
Yeah, she was a witch.
You were a witch?
I didn't join a coven. Let's get this
Wait a
straight.
minute.
I dabbled into witchcraft. I hung around people who were doing these things.
Having fun?
I'm not making this stuff up. I know what they told me they do.
All right, joining us now to analyze, Mary Catherine Ham and Juan Williams, both in Washington. So, Juan, I think the more that kind of stupid stuff surfaces, and it was on the Maher program, and Maher, you know, is very far left these days, the stronger. I'm going to submit to you that the more they do this to Miss O'Donnell, the stronger she's going to get, almost like the Tea Party stuff. What do you think?
I don't think that's right, Bill. I think that even among Republicans, even among her base, people who are inclined to support her because she represents change, people would say, you know, it's not just one thing. There's a pattern here. It's not just witchcraft. Let's talk about the mortgage payment she didn't make, the IRS lien. Let's talk about her claiming that she had some degree from Princeton and graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson and didn't. There's just too much so that it fits into this larger package. And as Brit Hume said, she's a peculiar candidate.
Okay,
as
if you were
Karl Rove has said, she's a nutty candidate.
If you were producing the Maher program, would you have used that clip, that witchcraft clip? Was that fair to do 11 years ago?
Sure. Are you kidding? It's politics. I mean, and they're going to throw everything at her. They're going to throw the kitchen sink. They don't like her. As you said, Maher is far left. So this is an opportunity to skewer her. And it's an opportunity then, by extension, to say that the Tea Party and all of those people who supported her really are people who are extremists. It plays into the Democrats' hands. It energizes the Democrat base. It's harmful. It's harmful for Republicans.
Do you see it the same way, Mary Catherine?
Look, I think there's an upside and a downside, but actually I think in this particular instance with the witchcraft thing, which has become the central message of the Democrats and liberals against her, which I think is a huge mistake for them, if I didn't know better, I would think Bill Maher was trying to get her elected because, you know, the 90s were a questionable time. Some people voted for Bill Clinton. I thought Reality Bites was a great movie. You know, we all made mistakes. I do think this is sort of like a silly thing that she said 11 years ago and that it's not that huge deal. I wouldn't hold it against her.
You don't discount the Samantha factor. Because Bewitched was a very popular program in the United States, and
it's a problem.
I'm saying, look, if she was hanging with Samantha and all of those people, then maybe that's a good thing.
Exactly.
All right,
well,
Mary
here's
Catherine.
The thing. It's a problem. It's a problem in that it's a problem for any candidate who has something on tape saying something weird.
Yeah,
even if
they were actually in a coven, it might be a problem. Not in San Francisco, but in most other parts of the country. Now,
but it's not.
Mary
it's becoming
Catherine,
the entire narrative, which is a mistake for them. Yeah.
Calm down. Chris Wallace was supposed to interview Miss O'Donnell, and she bagged him. She said, you know, we promoted it on Friday on this program. We're looking forward to the interview, and she basically didn't show up. And here's what Wallace said. Go.
This is not the program we were planning to bring you. Christine O'Donnell, the surprise winner of the Republican Senate primary in Delaware, agreed to come here live in Washington today to take our questions. However, late Friday night, her campaign canceled, saying O'Donnell was exhausted and had to return to Delaware. Saturday morning, O'Donnell called me and said this: I got triple booked. I had been invited to go to church and then a picnic. I have to keep my priorities to Delaware voters.
And Darren told her not to do it, too. I think I've milked that enough. All right, now, Mary Catherine, I think it would have been smarter for Miss O'Donnell to show up with Chris Wallace, and I think she canceled the CBS program as well, correct?
Look, I'm sure she has a lot of fans in the Fox audience, so that would have been nice. She would have faced some tough questions. She also would have gotten a chance to go after Coons for being a tax hiker, and so I think there would have been a lot of opportunity for her there as well. I don't think it's strategically wrong that she wants to focus on Delaware. The problem is that she committed and then she didn't go.
Well, I like the fact that she actually called Wallace. I thought that was good. But you can have a picnic in Delaware, with all due respect, anytime you want. And, you know, an invitation on 2 national programs on Sunday when all the media is looking forward to it. Everybody would pick it up, you know. It just seems to me, I don't know why, I'm trying to be fair to Christine O'Donnell. She's been on this program a number of times, and we have some kind of crazy stuff that she said. We're not going to play it yet. I don't think it's relevant yet. We still like Miss O'Donnell come on factor. I'm not in the business to injure her. I'd like to see if she's the better candidate because this guy Coons is so far left. Juan, would you vote for this guy Coons? Juan, you're a liberal guy. You're a Democrat guy. Would you vote for him?
Yeah, I think I would.
You would, even though he's going to take your house and spend all the money after he sells
stop.
it?
No, you know,
Come
look,
on,
he's not going to spend my house. Look,
Look,
you know
if
what?
she's a witch, Juan, if she says she's a witch, this guy said he's a Marxist. Who are you going to vote for? I'd rather
No.
have the witch than the
He was-
Marxist.
Look, he has a track record. He's actually run a government. He's run the biggest county in
and
Delaware.
his county
and
is
on
done
the verge of
so-
bankruptcy.
deeply in debt. He's a
No,
big
that
tax
was
guy.
before
and
he
his
got in. It doesn't matter. Before he got in. But anyway, he's not the point. Everybody's talking about Christine O'Donnell.
But you
And
would
right
vote for
now,
him
if
over
you're in the
O'Donnell,
Republican
right?
establishment. What? What'd
You
you
would
say?
vote for him over O'Donnell, this big tax and spend
Yeah, I'm
guy.
just look. I'm going to tell you something, Bill. You know people based on what they've done in the past. There's so much spin in politics. You never know what comes out of a politician's mouth. So you look at the track record, and her track record would cause me to have real questions. If I'm a values voter,
Well, what about
I'm in
his
Delaware,
track record,
I say,
though?
you know,
You want
well,
more
his
of the
track record
same?
is. Well, that's not more of the same. He raised taxes to try to balance the budget. I think that's responsible for a politician. If I'm in the
He
Republican
raised property
Party,
taxes 25%. I think she
Yeah,
should make
well,
that an issue
you know
going
what?
forward.
Who would
What's
you
the
vote for,
option?
Mary Catherine? Who would you vote for? The witch or the Marxist?
Well, I think you can go back to Pete Sessions' I can crib from Pete Sessions here, who said, what's more scary, 9.6 unemployment and 13 trillion in debt, or a girl who said she was involved in witchcraft 11 years ago? I mean, I'd go with the
yeah,
Republican.
but there's more to the picture, Mary Catherine. There's much
No,
more,
and-
and if you're a
but nobody's
Republican,
making that
you got to
argument, are
say,
they? And she's
oh
making
my
the
gosh.
argument.
All right,
No,
well,
oh my gosh, we're giving away the Senate. We're allowing the Democrats to
I
get back in
gotta
the
go.
game. This is hurtful.
I got to go. Mary Catherine, Juan, thank you. Plenty more as a factor.